This video is to help you with the Check for Understanding questions that go along with Life on Earth and Beyond. I wanted to show you again how you can recycle the question and make it a part of your answer in order to help you write in a complete sentence, and also to help you make sure that you don't forget a part of the question which leaves your answer incomplete. The first question says, what examples from the text helped you determine that the passage from Life on Earth and Beyond is an informational text? So remember, informational text is very often, if not always, the same as nonfiction. So think about what we learn in nonfiction and what we learn from informational text. It's not a story. It does not have characters. It does not have a plot that we're going to follow. These are texts that are going to be teaching us and giving us information. So what examples can you give from the text that show how you could determine this was informational text if you didn't already know? Okay, so I know that we've already discussed that this is informational text. So I want you to tell me, what did you find in the story that confirms it's informational text? Number 2, choose a sidebar feature and explain why the author includes this text feature. Use text evidence to support your answer. So we normally just think of the sidebars as being the left and right margins in our workbook, but the sidebar feature can also be added information such as related articles on pages 58, 61, and 67. So if you were to focus on those additional articles that are related to the topic of the text, how do those help you? It says choose a sidebar feature and explain why the author includes this text. So how do those help you as a reader? Why would the author include those? What would be the purpose or his why on giving you those additional articles? Okay. And then, like I said, how did they help you as a reader? Number 3, what conclusion can you draw about life on Mars based on information from the text? So remember, when it says draw, that does not mean that we're looking for some type of picture or illustration, and that doesn't mean I want you to draw me something. That's just another way of saying, what conclusion can you come up with? So I can conclude life on Mars is. So what did you learn from the text about life on Mars, and what conclusion can you draw? So it might not be something that is directly stated in the text from the author. You might have to put all the pieces of the puzzle together and say, well, I can conclude, I can determine, you could even say I can assume that life on Mars is this because the text tells me this. Okay, so there always needs to be text evidence and support for your answer. Number 4, this one is based a lot on your opinion. So remember, when you are asked to give your opinion, there's really no right or wrong answer, but you do have to support your opinion. You have to tell me why you chose the opinion that you did. Number 4 says, apply concepts from the text to develop a brief argument for or against additional funding for Chris and his team. So first, you have to decide what side of the argument you are on. Would you support additional funding for Chris and his team, or do you think it's something that's not needed, it's unnecessary, it's a waste of money, whatever you want to come up with? Okay, so whether you are for or against is up to you. That doesn't make the answer right or wrong. What would cause you to not get full credit for this answer and for the other questions is not providing your support from the text, not giving the evidence of why you came up with your answer. How did you come to this conclusion? Why do you feel this way about Chris's funding? How do you know this is informational text? When you are having to write out your response, you have to give your reasons. You have to give your text evidence. These are not yes or no questions, okay? So make sure that you go into a little more detail than maybe you're normally used to. Give a little more explanation with your answers, put a little more thought into it. I thought that y'all did a really good job with the first assignment from the Paper Sun paired selection, but I know that I did send feedback to a lot of my students, just encouraging you to put in more thought and more detail into your response, okay? Don't always give such a simple response. Give a little more explanation, a little more text evidence, explain your answer as much as you can, okay? So hopefully you started reading last week, but if you didn't, that's fine. It's a brand new week. We're carrying the same assignments from last week over to this week. So take your time to put in your best work on these assignments this week, okay? And if you have any questions, you know I'm here. Just send me a message or join a live session when you can. Talk to you later.